You ever feel like you're living the same day on repeat, hoping something will change? Like you're stuck in your own personal Groundhog Day, wishing tomorrow will be different, but doing the exact same things today. It's frustrating, right? We all crave change, but many of us are guilty of a strange paradox. Wanting a new life while clinging to the same habits, the same routine, the same version of ourselves. It's like expecting a mirror to show a different reflection without you ever changing your expression. Think about it. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. Yet it's so easy to fall into that trap, isn't it? You wish for a different outcome, but day after day, nothing changes. Because you haven't changed. You stick to what's comfortable. The same morning routine, the same routes, the same people, the same small talk. It feels safe, but that comfort zone of yours, it can slowly turn into a quiet cage, a place that keeps you stuck while life passes by. Think of a caterpillar in a cocoon. It's cozy in there, safe and warm, but if it never struggles out, it never transforms into a butterfly. That struggle, that stretch, is what gives it wings. Your comfort zone is no different. Staying in it only delays your own transformation. Even psychology confirms what you already suspect. In that low-risk comfort bubble, growth basically flatlines. Stepping into the unfamiliar is what brings new learning and real progress. Here's the hard truth. Nothing changes if you stay the same, plain and simple. No miracle is going to rewrite your story while you keep rereading the same chapter of it. You can wish and hope all you want, but wanting isn't enough. Maybe you've whispered to yourself at midnight, "I want more. A better job, a healthier body, a happier life." Those whispers change nothing by themselves. Caring isn't enough if it's not followed by doing. Desire by itself doesn't spark change. Action does. And here's the thing. Action doesn't have to mean some grand, fearless leap. It can start with tiny, quiet steps. A small shift in your day, a new choice, can be enough to start momentum. Maybe it's choosing a new thought instead of your usual self-doubt. Maybe it's saying yes to something that scares you, or saying no to something that silently drains you. These small, intentional shifts begin to steer your life in a new direction. You don't have to feel fearless. You just have to care about your future enough to do it even while you're afraid. To take that step with your heart pounding, because you know in your gut that you deserve better than standing still. And all those small, brave acts, they start to change you. That's the secret right there. Every new level of your life requires a new version of you. You simply can't unlock new outcomes with the same old identity. Change isn't something that just happens to you. It's something that happens within you. In other words, you become the change you seek. Your personal growth determines the outcomes you get in life. Think about it. You can't start a new chapter of your life if you're dragging all the same old habits and assumptions into it. It might be time to update how you see yourself, to upgrade your self-image, because your beliefs about who you are will ultimately shape the reality you live in. Every breakthrough you crave will demand a new version of you. There's no way around it, and that means leaving some comfort behind, because comfort is the enemy of progress. Your potential expands only when you do. With every stretch and every adaptation, you grow into more. Now, you might be wondering, can I really change? Isn't this just how I am? That doubt is natural, but remember, you're not a statue carved in stone. You're more like clay. Humans are remarkably capable of change, not in an instant, but gradually, with intention and time. Maybe you're afraid that changing means losing yourself, or that you'll fail if you try to be different. But you're not losing the real you. You're shedding the parts that no longer serve you, so a truer, stronger you can emerge. Every bit of growth is a return to what you were meant to be. And sure, You might stumble when you step out of your comfort zone. Change comes with challenges and sometimes failures. But what's the alternative? Stay the same and never find out what you could have become. Honestly, that sounds like a far bigger risk, doesn't it? Make no mistake, change can be scary. But do you know what's scarier? Regret. Imagine looking back years from now and realizing you stayed stuck because it felt safer. That regret, the knowledge that you let fear keep you from living, that's far more frightening than the unknown. Besides, time is going to pass whether you change or not. The days will turn into years either way. Do you really want to be the exact same person a year, 5 years from now? Just older? Or do you want to look back and see growth, see progress, see a story worth telling? Even your own mind can keep you in the loop if you let it. Your brain has a filter, the reticular activating system, that seeks information to confirm whatever you already believe. In other words, it will filter the world to show you more of the same, day in and day out. Think about it. Ever learn a new word and suddenly you hear it everywhere? Or decide you want a certain car and now you spot that model all the time? That's your brain's filter at work. It highlights what's already on your mind and tunes out the rest. Now imagine if you keep telling yourself the same story. I'm stuck. Nothing ever changes for me. Your brain will oblige by filtering in proof that you're right. You'll notice every little disappointment, every obstacle, every reason to stay exactly where you are. But flip that script, and something amazing happens. If you start to believe change is possible for me, or I'm growing and learning, suddenly your mind starts to spot opportunities and solutions you used to overlook. Doors where you once saw walls, they begin to appear. In essence, when you change your focus, you change what you see, and that changes what you can do. It's like adjusting a lens. A new world comes into view. When you set your mind on growth and change, you start to notice paths opening up where there seemed to be none. Think of anyone you know who turned their life around. Maybe a friend, maybe a famous figure you admire. They didn't transform by accident. It started when they changed something within, their mindset, their habits, their circle, something. That internal shift led to an external transformation. Maybe they ditched a destructive habit. Maybe they finally said, I deserve better, and started acting like it. Little by little, the world began to meet them at the level of that new self. What changed first was who they were being, and then everything around them followed. And here you are, standing at that crossroads in your own story. You have a choice. Keep being the same you, living your own personal rerun, or try something different and see what happens. Stay on repeat or change the track. It's up to you. You've heard the old saying, doing the same thing over and over while expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. We chuckle at that, yet how often do we catch ourselves living exactly that way? It's time to break that cycle, because at the end of the day, nothing changes if you stay the same. But the moment you change, even just a little, you set off a chain reaction. Suddenly, everything can begin to change around you. So ask yourself right now, are you going to keep doing what you've always done and stay stuck? Or are you willing to step out of that familiar bubble, make a change, and see where it takes you? This is the question only you can answer. The power to change your life has been in your hands all along. It's not out there somewhere, in the next self-help book or some guru's advice. It's in you, in the choices you make every single day. Every day that you choose to do something different, no matter how small, you're rewriting your story. You're proving to yourself that you're not stuck, that you're capable of change. And that proof, that confidence, builds with each step you take. Sure, that first step might seem small, almost insignificant. But think of a plane shifting its course by just a few degrees. In a few hours, it's in a totally new place. Likewise, a tiny change in your trajectory today can, given time, land you in a completely different destination. Funny thing is, what scares you today can become your new normal tomorrow. The first time you do something different, it's uncomfortable. The 10th time, it might feel routine. That's the magic of growth. Today's discomfort becomes tomorrow's confidence. Remember this: success isn't about sitting around waiting for change to find you. It's about becoming the person who creates it. That's the difference between someone who stays stuck and someone who becomes truly unstoppable. So, what's it going to be? Will you remain stuck, or will you become unstoppable? The only thing in your way is that old version of you. The one that's a little scared to grow, a little too comfortable in the familiar, and you don't have to let that version run the show anymore. You owe it to yourself to see what you're really capable of, to give that next level version of you a chance to breathe, to live. Because the you that stays the same will never experience the full range of what life has to offer. And it all starts with one step, one different choice, today. It doesn't need to be dramatic or perfect, just something new, something that your future self will thank you for. You have more strength and adaptability in you than you realize. Think of everything you've already made it through in life, all the times you've adapted and grown without even noticing. Change isn't new to you. You've been evolving since the day you were born. So don't sell yourself the lie that, I can't change. You can. You have before, in big ways and small, and you will again. The only question is whether you choose to. At the end of the day, nothing changes if you stay the same. But the moment you decide to change, even a little, everything starts to change. So change something. Change anything. And watch the ripple effect it has on your life. You get to write the next chapter of your story. The pen has been in your hands this whole time. So write something new with it. Do the thing you've been avoiding. Take the opportunity you're not sure you're ready for. Show yourself that you can transform. And you might just find that when you change yourself, the world around you changes too. It can feel almost like magic, but it's really just you, finally stepping into your power. Life starts responding to the new you, so step out of that old skin. The next version of you is waiting, and so is the life that only that version of you can create. Nothing changes if you stay the same, but anything is possible when you decide to grow. If this message resonated with you, do me a small favor. Hit that like button. It lets me know this hit home for you, and it helps more people find this message too. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more of these deep dive conversations. We've got a lot more insight and growth to explore together, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Lastly, I'd genuinely love to hear from you. What's one small change you're going to make? Drop it in the comments below. Share it with us, because you might inspire someone else who's watching this to take their first step too. This journey is just getting started, so stick around. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.